So recently, there hasn't really been much new information in terms of Nintendo's next generation system and the Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo did have a financial meeting with their investors a few weeks ago where we actually got the official announcement from Nintendo's president Mr. Furukawa himself that the next generation Nintendo system is going to have backwards compatibility with all of your current Nintendo Switch games. So that was some very exciting news, but besides that, we haven't really heard that much else until now. There's a new rumor going around about a feature that's going to be a part of the Nintendo Switch 2, and this is actually going to be a really important thing, especially with a lot of the new games and third-party stuff that's now going to be coming to this next-gen system, and maybe even for some of Nintendo's own games as well, so I figured I'd talk about this and give you guys my thoughts. Now real quick before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that I am having a special giveaway for the holidays where I'm giving away a digital download code for any Nintendo Switch game or DLC, and all you gotta do to enter is just click the link below in the description or the pinned comment, and you can have a chance to win any Nintendo Switch game or DLC that you want, whether it's a game that just came out like The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom or Mario and Luigi Brothership, or a game that's already been out like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate or The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Any Nintendo Switch game, you can even comment down below and let me know which one you really want. The giveaway is open worldwide and it does end right before Christmas, so definitely be sure to click the link below and enter for a chance to win. Now if any of you guys have a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, then I'm sure if you've played any of the newest games that have come out on those systems, you're probably familiar with a very new concept that's really kind of a part of this generation only, and that's having a toggle for performance mode and graphics mode. This is really kind of a new feature that started with this current generation, as if you go back to like any prior video game systems, like a PlayStation 2 or an Xbox 360 or anything like that, you weren't playing those games and having to choose between having a performance mode or a graphics mode. You would just put in the game and you would just play it like how it is, but this is a new thing now that's really kind of been a part of this entire current generation, where anytime you get a new PlayStation 5 game or an Xbox Series X game or whatever, you have to choose between if you want to favor graphics or if you want to favor performance. And so graphics mode is always trying to give you the best visual fidelity possible for any game that you're playing. A lot of times these games are being rendered in 4K and they have crispier resolution, they have better textures and better models and things, but as a result of that, the sacrifice that you have to give is the frame rate and the performance of the game itself, as a lot of times these games are running in 30 FPS. On the other hand, performance mode is usually the one I prefer, and that's the one where they're really targeting to have a better frame rate and performance, so because of that, you usually can get a game running in 60 FPS and you have buttery smooth camera movement and just running around the world feels much more smoother and fluid, but as a result, you have to sacrifice the resolution, so you might not be getting the crispiest visual fidelity, and maybe the textures are going to be a little bit more fuzzy, but the game is going to run much more smoother. And so if Nintendo's going to be moving now to the next generation with the Switch 2, then this is going to be an important part even for that system, where I don't know how much Nintendo is going to use it with their own games. Like, I don't know if the next 3D Mario game is going to have you choose between graphics mode or performance mode. It probably won't, but maybe some of Nintendo's bigger games like Xenoblade and stuff will actually make you choose. But regardless, for third-party games, if a lot of these third-party games that are now on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are starting to come over to the Switch 2, then those games that have graphics modes and performance modes are now going to come to that system, so it's still going to be an important part, and it seems like Nintendo might be having a feature built into the system to help you with this. Alright, so here we are on Twitter where we've got all the information. Now this is coming from Nash Weedle, who's actually gotten stuff accurate in the past, and so they do have a little bit of credibility, which is why I figured I'd talk about this inside of a video with you guys, but regardless, I still feel like this is something that's pretty likely to happen with the Switch 2, but obviously you shouldn't believe everything right away. But if we take a look right here, all of this is in Spanish, so I'm going to click the translate button right here so I can actually read it, and it says right here, Leak Express, Nintendo Switch 2 has a performance selector for portable mode from its own menu. Prioritize battery or power. This is what a developer has shared with some colleagues along with some other details about the development kit. It seems that Nintendo wants to avoid the multiple graphics options of the games and simplify it with a few options that we pre-configure on the console. So from this, it seems like Nintendo is going to have a separate mode on the system itself when you're playing games in portable mode, and it lets you choose between if you want to save the battery or if you want to have better power and performance. And honestly, I think that this might be a genius idea for those people who really want to have the opportunity to choose which one they prefer, because a lot of times right now with games that we have on the current Nintendo Switch, whenever you play them in handheld mode, you can see that there's always a noticeable drop in terms of the resolution. A lot of times the games are just running at lower lower quality, and they do that so that the battery life of the system isn't getting drained super quickly, and also so that the games can actually run. But it seems like now on the Switch 2, Nintendo might actually give you the opportunity to choose which one that you want to prefer. So if you choose to have better power, then maybe the games are actually going to run at better resolution, have better frame rates, and actually look better, but it's going to be more taxing on your battery life, so maybe the system isn't going to last for a really long time, and the battery life might go down to like having 2.5 hours or 3 hours. But then you also have the other option, which is prefer battery life, and so that way you can have your Switch 2 last you for like 5-6 hours, but maybe the games aren't going to run the best because you're playing them in portable mode. And honestly, I feel like this is a great option for everyone because now developers don't have to downgrade their games so much and make them like 540p just to get them to have a handheld mode that isn't draining the battery life so much to have them on the current Nintendo Switch. But now it gives you the choice because developers can have a better version of their game in handheld mode, and you can choose if you want to prefer performance or if you want to prefer battery life, especially when you're playing in handheld mode. And depending on how long you plan to play it, you can choose which option is better for you now, because if you're only going to play in handheld mode for like an hour, then you can definitely click on the performance mode so that you can get the best possible experience in handheld mode. But let's say you've got like a 5-hour flight, well, now you can choose to have the battery life mode so that you can actually have your Switch 2 last you for the entire flight. And so this sounds like a really helpful feature for when you're playing in handheld mode, and I do wonder if there's going to be something like that for having it in docked mode as well. Maybe just like built into the system itself, you have an option for if you want to prefer graphics or if you want to prefer performance, and that way you don't really have to be choosing and selecting stuff between Nintendo's own games that much and even other third-party stuff, but the system itself knows which one you prefer, and that way it's able to adapt for which ones you like. But yeah, that is pretty much the latest information that we have right now about Nintendo's next generation system and the Nintendo Switch 2. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I'm definitely going to have some more videos talking about Nintendo's next gen system, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think about this. Does this feature sound exciting to you to have a toggle now to choose between battery life and performance mode? How do you feel about all of this? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about it, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And remember to enter my giveaway as well. I'm giving away a digital download code for any Nintendo Switch game, and all you gotta do to enter is just click the link below in the description, so definitely be sure to enter for a chance to win. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.